Your first Zap starts on the Zapier dashboard. Click Create, choose Zaps, and you'll land in the editor, ready to connect a trigger to an action and publish. If you've never automated anything before, I'll walk you through a real example you can build right now. Open your browser and go to Zapier.com. Click the orange Sign In button, enter your email and password, and hit the blue Login button. Wait for the main dashboard to fully load. You'll know you're in the right spot when you see the Create button, a white icon with a plus sign, in the upper left corner. If you don't have an account, sign up for free. The free plan lets you build and test Zaps without spending. A quick note, if you use Google Sign-In, double check that you're signing into the account that already owns your apps. Switching accounts later breaks authentication. Now find that Create button in the far upper left. Click it, and a drop-down appears. Select Zaps, not tables or interfaces. The Zap editor opens with a trigger step on the left and an action placeholder. That's your canvas. Immediately name your Zap by clicking the Name Your Zap field up top. Type something descriptive, like Save New Gmail emails to Google Sheets, so later you'll spot it instantly. Click the large trigger box that says Choose a Trigger. A search panel slides in on the right. Type the app you want to watch. I'll use Google Sheets. Select it. Then from the trigger events, pick New Spreadsheet Row, because that fires whenever a row is added. Zapier will ask you to connect your Google account. Click the blue Connect an Account button. Select your Google account and grant the permissions. Wait for the confirmation, then click Continue. Now you'll pick the spreadsheet and the worksheet. Choose the file and the tab where rows land, then hit Continue again. Test the trigger. Click Test Trigger. Zapier shows a green checkmark and pulls a sample row of data. That sample data is what you'll map into the action step. If the test fails with no sample data, go add at least one row of dummy text to your sheet and retest. I've lost time on Zaps that were set up correctly but lacked a sample row. Now add the action. Click the plus icon below the trigger or add a step and choose Action. Search for the app you want to send data to. I'll use Slack to post a channel message. Select Slack, then pick the action event Send Channel Message. Connect your Slack account. Click Connect, Login, Allow Permissions. The action template appears. Set the channel field to something like #general. In the message text field, start typing static text. Then open the data picker. Either click the plus icon or press Ctrl+K and you'll see your trigger fields. Insert fields like row number or a column header from your sheet. They'll appear as blue pills with curly braces around them. Combine those with your text. For example, new row, just landed. Then click Continue. One trap, don't accidentally delete a pill once it's placed. Those curly braces are small, but they're the only reason your data flows. On the summary screen, click Test Step. Zapier sends a test message to Slack using the sample. You'll see a success banner and a preview. But don't rely on the preview. Open Slack and check the channel to confirm the message arrived with the right content. I've seen Zaps pass the test but send a blank message because a mapped field was empty in the sample. If something's off, click Edit on the action step. Adjust the mapping and test again. Everything's working, so go live. Review your workflow. Trigger, then Action. Click the big Publish button top right and confirm. Your Zap is now active. From now on, whenever a row is added to that sheet, Slack receives the message within a minute or two. After publishing, visit Zap History on the left sidebar to watch the runs come in. I always manually add a row just to see it fire once. It's the fastest confidence check. You just built and published your first Zap, connecting Google Sheets and Slack automatically. From here, you can tweak the message, tack on a second action like an email, or add a filter so the Zap only fires on certain rows. To pause it, flip the toggle off from your dashboard. Thanks for following along. Save this video so you can revisit the steps whenever you dream up a new automation.